Hey guys, a very beautiful morning, beautiful afternoon, and beautiful evening to every one of you. How are we all doing? Oh my god, I know we're doing amazing. All right, so guys, in today's video I will be telling you top 3 reasons why people fail evaluation in the new test of competency. I was super excited yesterday that I got 17 passes, 17 emails yesterday. Thanks for your help, Nosvi. I passed. But in the midst of all that, since this week, I've been having people messaging me, Nosviolet, please, can you explain to me why I failed evaluation, please? And you know, I keep saying, did you check my videos on evaluation? Oh Nosvi, I got to check your videos after I had failed. Oh my god, bless them all. I really feel bad because guys, the aim of this channel is for us to pass our Osce exam in one sitting. And I keep saying, please guys, share my video to all you know who are preparing for Osce exam. Trust me guys, without missing words, you will definitely learn from it. I've had people who watch just those videos and they pass their Osce exam in one sitting, so there are lots to be benefited from it. So please share the video. I felt really bad, although I've had class with her, but in the long run I feel like saying these reasons to every one of us so that we don't make that mistakes in our evaluation. She was the 7th person who messaged me this week about having issues with evaluation, and each of them keeps saying, Nosvi, I got to know your video after I finished Osce exam. So guys, please share this video, okay, so that everyone can benefit from it, and by the grace of God we all pass our Osce exam in one sitting. All right guys, back to our topic. If you're meeting me for the very first time, my name is Violet Okolocha, so welcome to this channel. Do well to support this channel, subscribe, press the like button, and you know. All right guys, let's talk about evaluation. Now I'm going to be using the mock exam I use for my online students, so that I'll give a scenario. So I'll be using the one on depression. All right, I'll be using the one on depression so that we have an idea, because a lot of people are like, oh no, I don't have an idea of depression, that's why I failed it. And when I went to your video, it was all about post-op, so I'll be using the one for depression. So this is the scenario for depression I use for my online students. All right, so in your Osce exam new test of competence evaluation, this is exactly what you're going to be getting. So you're going to be getting the scenario, you are going to be getting the most recent observation given to you. Temperature will be given to you, pulse will be given to you, respiration will be given to you, blood pressure will be given to you, SpO2 will be given to you, and the new score of the patient will be given to you. All right, so this is how it's going to come. Okay, so guys, and you will have something like this as well. You see what I'm showing to you? Sorry guys, I just went out, I'm like having some fun. So situation, background, assessment, and recommendation. All right, so you will get something like this. Now the first mistake a lot of people make is they think somebody is going to mark this. Yes, because remember, you're going to be handing over that patient, and the time allocated to hand over that patient is 8 minutes. You are handing over this patient, guys, and the time allocated is 8 minutes. So the first top reason why people fail is they spend too much time writing on this document. The assessor doesn't mark this document. Trust me, they trash it after you're done. They don't mark it. They don't mark this document. It's not for marking. If you look at it very well, this document is not marked. It's just for your use only. Let me tell you why the document is for your use only. It's just for you to remember what to say, just in case you go blank or you forget. All right, so number one top reason is most people spend time. I had somebody who said to me as well, I wrote 7 minutes, and when I was handing over, time had finished, and that was the end. So guys, don't make that mistake. Now, for emphasis sake, I'm going to be reading the scenario I give to my student for depression, and so that you can learn from it. So if for any reason you miss out, all you need to do is pause this video, write it down. All right, so let's get started on that. Ellie Brooke, this is now our scenario. We're going to be dwelling on it. As we are dwelling on it, I'll be bringing out the errors. Okay, Ellie Brooke was admitted on the 2nd of May. Today is what? I think today is 5th. Okay, let's still use 2nd. Ellie Brooke was admitted on the 2nd of May 2022 at 1800 to the community care home following the death of her husband. Patient is very low in mood and has poor oral intake. She lives with her partner before he's dismissed. Patient is currently on antihypertensive and diabetic medication and usually take analgesic for a severe osteoarthritis. Past medical history is severe osteoarthritis, hypertension, and diabetes. Patient prefers to keep to herself. She smokes 2 packets of cigarettes and rarely drink alcohol. Temperature 37 degrees, pulse 92, respiration 20 counts per minute, oxygen saturation 96, and blood pressure 150/80. The new score is 1. All right, so the new score is 1. Now you have 8 minutes to complete the station. Now let's go to situation. What do they expect of you to say in situation? They expect you to say your name, your clinical setting, and the clinical setting is given to you. In this case, they told us the patient is in a community care home. So introduce yourself and your clinical setting, e.g. I'm Violet Okolocha, staff nurse from community care home. The next thing they want you to say in situation is your patient's name, your patient date of birth, and your patient hospital number. All right, so let's go to situation now. I'm Violet, staff nurse from community care home. I'm here to hand over my patient, Ellie Brooke, date of birth 15 February 1940, hospital number 10010. This is all they expect for you in situation. If you do situation like this, it is a tick. Now let's go over to background. What do they expect of you in background? They expect you to tell them the date the patient was admitted if it is given to you. So if the date the patient was admitted was not given to you, don't worry. They expect you to tell them the time the patient was admitted if it is given to you. If it's not given to you, don't worry about it as well. They expect you to tell them the reason the patient was admitted. The reason. What is the reason in our scenario? What is the reason that brought the patient to either the hospital or the or transfer to the care home from the hospital? The reason. That's one. Number 2, they expect you to tell them the patient past medical history on the background. Is the patient osteoarthritis? Is the patient diabetic? Is the patient hypertensive? Is the patient any past medical history? They expect you to say it to them. They expect you to tell them the medication the patient takes. They expect you to tell them the social history. Does the patient live alone? Does the patient live with a partner? Does the patient smoke? Does the patient drink alcohol? These are all they expect of you in background. Now let's do background. The reason people fail background is people forget the medications. Yes, the lady said to me, I forgot entirely the medication. Was it given to you in your scenario? Yes, it was. So if it's given to you in your scenario and you don't say it the way you hand over, is likely 92% going to be a fail. So you have to state the medication because they've given you. When you're handing over the patient, you want the next thing to know, oh, this patient is on so medication. This patient is living alone. This patient is blah, blah, blah. So these are all the ones you to say. So now let's do background now. Ellie Brooke was admitted on the 2nd of May 2022 at 1800 to the community care home with a complaint of low in mood and poor oral intake following the death of her husband. Ellie Brooke has a past medical history of osteoarthritis without pain, hypertension, and diabetes. Ellie Brooke is currently on antihypertensive medication and diabetic medication and analgesic for her osteoarthritis. Ellie Brooke usually lives with her partner before his death. Ellie Brooke smokes. How many packets of cigarette did they give us? Ellie Brooke smokes. I can't see again. Ellie Brooke smokes, let's say, 3 packets of cigarette and rarely drinks alcohol. Tick. Oh my god, guys, if you say this as it is, it's a tick. Now, they gave me the date of admission, I said it. They gave me the time of admission, I said it. They gave me the reason why the patient was admitted, I said it. I said the patient past medical history. I said the patient social history, like she lives alone, she lives with her partner, she smokes but rarely drink. I said the medications the patient is taking. If you do it like this, it is a tick. But if they give you the medication the patient is taking, you don't say it. They tell you the patient lives alone, you don't say it. Oh my God, guys, you're heading towards failing. But that's not your portion, all right? So now, what do they expect of you in assessment? This is the top 3 reasons why people fail. They forget to tell the patient, the staff they are handing over to. Remember, you're handing over to your assessor that day. They forget to tell the assessor the most recent observations. If you miss the most recent observation, it is then also a fail. All right, so now let's go to assessment. So in assessment, they want you to tell the most recent observation. And I usually say to my student for assessment, always say an assessment was completed using the A to E approach, and the most recent observations are, you state it, temperature, pulse, respiration, blood pressure, SpO2, and patient is snoozing at 1, or patient has a new score of 1. The next thing they want you to say in assessment is on examination. What did you examine? Like in this patient who has depression, on examination, patient is having major depression with a PHQ-9 score of 16. Somebody will say, but they didn't give it to me. You assessed this patient, didn't you? You assessed the patient, and probably the patient is having minor depression with a PHQ-9 score of 14. You know, or on examination, patient is having, if it's an asthmatic patient and the patient is having chest pain, on examination, patient is having chest pain with a pain score of 7 out of 10. And if it's a patient going for surgery and probably the doctors have done an ultrasound, any doctor's intervention, you put it. If there is no doctor's intervention, leave it. An ultrasound has been completed, which state patient is what? Having acute appendicitis. That is, if they give you, they don't give you any ultrasound or any medical intervention, leave it what? Leave it blank. Another thing they want you to say in assessment is area of concern. What is your area of concern? Like for this patient is having depression, and she's also anxious and has been reassured. A patient going to surgery might also be anxious and has been reassured. If there's no area of concern, that's fine. You get, if there is no area, they didn't give you, and doing your assessment, you didn't find any area of concern, that's fine. But majorly, you're going to find, because a patient who's asthmatic may be very anxious. On examination, patient is very anxious. And on examination, patient is having severe chest pain, or patient is having chest pain with a with a pain score of 7 out of 10. Patient seems to be very anxious and has been reassured. All right, so now let me take you through my own assessments for this patient. Now, an assessment was completed using the A to E approach, and the most recent observations are temperature 37 degree, pulse 92 beats per minute, respiration 20 counts per minute, oxygen saturation 96%, blood pressure 150/80, and patient is currently snoozing at 1. Patient is currently snoozing at 1, or patient has a new score of 1. On examination, what is my finding? On examination, patient is having major depression with a PHQ-9 score of 16. Patient is very depressed and quite anxious and has been reassured. Tick. That is all they expect of you in assessments, my lovely nurses. So where people get it wrong is when they get to assessment, they don't tell the patient, they don't say to the nurse they're handing over. Remember, you're handing over to yourself, so they don't say an assessment was completed using the A to U approach. Even if you don't say that, state the most recent observation. The most recent observation are, of course, that's why it's given to you. It is given to you so that you can state the most recent observation. So failure to state it is more 95% going to what? Going to be a fail. Now, what is now your recommendation? What are you recommending for this depressed patient? What are you recommending? If it's an asthmatic patient, my recommendation is what? For an asthmatic patient that is having chest pain, in pains, having high respiration, my recommendation is for the medical team and the respiratory team to review this patient. Oxygen therapy started as patient saturation is low. Analgesic for patient pain, and deep breathing and repositioning for optimal loss expansion and comfort. What about if it's a patient going for surgery? My recommendation is prompt review by the surgical team. That's it. If the patient is in pain, my recommendation is analgesic. If the patient is constipated, my recommendation is laxative. All right, it's so simple, guys. So in this depressed case, my recommendation is what now? So my recommendation is prompt review by the mental health team and the dietitian. Why prompt review by the mental health team? Because she's a depressed patient. Why by the dietitian? Because she's poor, she's having poor oral intake, and continuation of all our medications. All right, so my recommendation is prompt review by the mental health team and dietitian, and also my recommendation is what? For referral to the smoking cessation unit, because she smokes obviously 3 packets of cigarettes. All right, so my recommendation is what? Prompt referral to the smoking cessation team and involvement of a next of kin in a plan of care. Why? Because she's quite depressed, with her permission. So now I'll take my recommendation. So my recommendation is what? My recommendation is prompt review by the medical team, by the mental health team and the dietitian, and for referral to the smoking cessation unit, and for involvement of a next of kin in a plan of care with her permission. That's all, guys. I will see you in my next video. The 4th reason why people face, sorry guys, I have to put this on now, this noise is coming too much. So the fourth reason why sorry guys, so the 4th reason why people fail evaluation is time. So guys, manage your time properly. I'll tell you for free, most people finish evaluation in 4 minutes, in 3 minutes. So manage your time properly. It's so simple, and I hope this video has been able to help you understand evaluation, of a depressed patient. All right guys, so I'll keep my link to my video on evaluation on this channel on the description box. Just try and watch it. If you watch it and watch this one, trust me, your evaluation in your Osce exam is definitely going to be a go. I love you all, guys, and until I see you again, guys, keep passing your Osce exam. Have a lovely week. I love you all. Bye.